Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome. As you know, at Red Thread, we are really about supporting authors, aspiring authors, so that more of the voices that have been missing out from the global conversation get the information that they need to be really viable members of this global conversation through publishing, through visibility. And every week we're dropping in with either a special guest or a pro tip. Today we have both. In the last couple of months, you've heard from experts like Shanisha Boswell, who's talking about marketing. She has taught our author community that we must be updating our headshots on the regular. And some people, when you are ready and you afford and budget for that seasonally, that's great. But before you're ready for that, it doesn't mean you still cannot play the game. So Bonnie Dickson is here with us. She is going to teach us a number of things about how to present ourselves well, how often to be keeping up to date with things. The picture on the back of my book, you might notice, has sort of short hair. And I got my hair cut yesterday and it is nowhere near. So the person here and the person here hardly even look like the same person. So how we're going to just dip into all of that. And so when you are applying for speaking gigs and podcasts, and you show up with a totally different face, your high school picture might have been cute, but it's not going to do for you anymore. So Bonnie, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a tiny bit about who you are, how you help authors, and then give us the tips, because everybody in this audience, if they haven't updated their photo recently, needs to know exactly what you got.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me here. And I'm happy to share this information because it's so easily overlooked. And so I'm Bonnie Dickson. I'm a business visibility strategist and photographer. And I believe we live in a society that judges a book by its cover. We're talking to authors today. So I teach authors, business owners, coaches, and speakers how to shine online with customized business images, providing you with custom photography so your business can have a strong digital first impression and get more clients online. So I'm curious, I'm going to ask you a question first because we're diving right into the tips. When is the last time you updated your profile photo or headshot online?
So for everybody who's watching and listening, this comment and question is for you too. Message us, leave a comment below so that we can just get a gauge of where people are. I'm going to answer truthfully. I had a professional shoot exactly this time last year, or maybe December, 13 months ago. And then I updated my profile picture recently with that AI fad that was happening in like November. But that's definitely not me, right? Like that's some alter ego me. So true answer, 13 months ago.
Yeah, awesome. I love the truth. We will skip aside from the cool AI image fad. It is always fun to do what's on trend, but it's good to really keep your headshot photo online, whether it's in your LinkedIn profile, on your website, on your author bio page, wherever you're presenting yourself online. You want to make sure that your headshot looks like you today. And so if you took your photo last year, that's actually a pretty okay timeline. The things you want to watch out for is making sure that your hairstyle hasn't changed, your clothing style hasn't changed. For the women out there, that your makeup hasn't changed. You know, do you still look like that photo? If anything has changed and you don't look like that photo, it's time to update it. Yes, also too, if you wear glasses when you're on Zoom calls, you got to include them in your photos.
And so this is the thing. These are actually, there's nothing in these, but I know that in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm going to need glasses. And I think these are really cute frames. So I've been just putting them on to get used to it. But when I need glasses every day, and if I have no photographs that show that, then it's like, how much time has passed? You also said something about seasonal pictures. I live in a temperate zone. It's always sort of t-shirt, maybe, but I know that when we're making promotional materials for authors, if a book is coming out in the wintertime, a promo picture of like summer or a beach read just absolutely doesn't connect. Can you talk a little bit about that too?
Yeah, absolutely. And let's jump into attire, because that also links in with seasonals. And we'll start with the glasses first. So if when you are on Zoom calls or video calls with people, anytime you're using the computer, if you're wearing glasses, then make sure your headshot includes that. And if you wear glasses every day, make sure your headshot includes that. And there's ways to take pictures when you do have the lenses inside and not the empty frames to avoid that reflection. And I'm happy to share tips with that another time, but there are ways to do that, because you want to make sure that you look like you in the everyday you. And it's so great to have the professional session when you get all of your branding photos for your business and you get your hair and makeup done. And those are really important pictures to have. However, you want your headshot, the one you're using on the back of your book cover, the one you use on your LinkedIn profile, on your author bio page, you want that to look like who you are today and every day. You want that authentic feeling, not the makeup dolled up version. And so when it
Unless
comes
that's you every day, right? But I think that's so important, that it's not just the one time, like it's not your wedding photograph. It's not that big graduation moment. It's the person, because I think that's more authentic. This is as much makeup as you'll ever see me wear, right? My nails normally aren't painted except for photographs and when my daughter goes rogue on my nails. And I think it's just such an interesting question for people to even settle in on, because as at Red Thread, we're always like, you are an expert. What makes you an expert? Stepping into the visibility and how you want to appear every day, not just when you're on the TED Talk stage, not just when you're being interviewed on television or when that happens, but how do we make that identity consistent and then show up that way? And I think this is so important to be doing regular updates, because I've watched every author that's worked with us transform personally and professionally in the 9 to 12 months that we're working on producing a book. And I think it's really important for us to document and stay current with that. Once the book is out and we do some speaking gigs, then our identity continues to shift, and we need to see ourselves and we need to show people who that most current version is.
Absolutely. You're bang on. It's all about authenticity and really showing people who you are, because people want to connect with the human person, the person who wrote the book. And that's you on the everyday. It's not you on the TED Talk stage or in the fancy wedding day style makeup. So when you're doing your updated or getting your headshot updated and keeping it updated on a regular, sure, wear a tiny bit more makeup. Today I put on lipstick. I don't normally wear lipstick, but I was like, all right, for you, I'm going to do it. But I'll wear that in my headshot. And I do that a lot on Zoom calls, because it's just a little small thing to stand out. When it comes to, I'm just going to go back to attire because I don't want to skip over that part. But when it comes to how often to update your headshot, the key things to keep in mind are: one, making sure that you look like your headshot. If your hairstyle changed, your clothing style changed, your makeup style changed, you need to update your headshot. Two, seasonality and quarterly. So it's really beneficial to update your picture with the seasons, or if you're in a non-season specific area, you don't have winter, spring, summer, fall, you just have like all summer, which is amazing. It's important to update your headshot every quarter or twice a year. Because one of the cool things that a lot of people don't think about is when you update your headshot photo online, on your LinkedIn profile, on your Zoom call, if I was to turn off this live camera, you would see a photo of me, on your author bio page, keeping that image consistent. When you update it, somebody goes, oh, wait, what changed? Something's new. Sierra has a new picture. I'm going to message her and see what's going on. Or maybe she has a new book out. And it just automatically brings an interest. And guess what? You didn't pay for any advertising dollars. All you did was update your headshot. I actually literally did this yesterday, and I've had 7 people reach out to me and say, hey, Bonnie, I love your picture. What's going on? It's an opportunity to start a conversation. and show to my ideal customer base that I am still here, I am current, my business is happening. And so when it comes to attire, what you want to really keep in mind is you don't want it to look season specific. If you're in a warm climate, don't wear strappy like tank top. You want to, have your picture look like it could be throughout the year, and very classic. But you also want your image to be very professional, because as business owners, as authors, we're showing up every day, but we present ourselves to the quality of our business. So if I was to show up today in like a baggy hoodie and my hair is like all askew and I haven't done anything yet, that wouldn't represent me and my brand and my business well. But I didn't need to do, all the beautiful makeup, all the fancy things. I'm just, dressed to impress as per my brand and business. And so that's how you want to show up in your headshot photos as well.
So I want to bring us to the next question, because everybody always says, well, I can't afford it. I can't do the full studio shoot 4 times a year. Even if you can, do you want to? And so this is one of the things that I loved when you and I first met, is how do we do this from home? How do we do this on a much more reasonable budget so that we do represent well, so that we can stay current, so we can remind people that we exist and reconnect with those people who are maybe on the outsides of our community in a way that lets us be visible, show up as our current self, and do it really well.
Yeah, I love that. And thank you for bringing that up, because you're right. When it comes to marketing dollars and budgeting as a business owner and author, we don't necessarily have that pocket change for a professional photo session every quarter or twice a year. And I can hear people saying, hey, Bonnie, that's a lot of money. It can be. But the great thing is you can actually update your headshot photo from the comfort of your own home. You don't even have to leave it. You don't need any fancy camera equipment or lighting equipment. And what I offer is a virtual headshot workshop, where I actually teach people in a 1-hour workshop how to use their cell phone to take a selfie styled headshot. And you do this in your house, your living room, your kitchen, whichever room works best for you. And I talk through the techniques of body pose, posture. We talk about attire, what to wear, what not to wear, how to stand, exactly, how to avoid the double chin, what to do. And it's really an opportunity to up-level your selfie skills, so that not only do you get a headshot from this workshop, but you also walk away with knowledge on how to take better selfies for your marketing materials for the rest of the year. Because, as an author, you might go to an event or a speaking gig and you might need to take a couple pictures, and you're going to do it on your cell phone because you might not have the budget to have a marketing team follow you around taking these pictures for you. But now you'll have the skill set to say, oh, I know how to do this so that I don't have a double chin and so that I look the best possible. And so in the workshop, I teach those skills in 1 hour. And then I assign you a little bit of homework. You go and put those skills to use, take a couple of pictures and send me your favorite one. And I add the professional touch. I polish it all up, remove the background, fix any blemishes, still keeping you looking authentic, and send it back to you. And it looks like you were in a studio the entire time, but you didn't have to leave the comfort of your own home.
And I do love this. Anyone who's been part of this community for the last 6 months or more will say, wait a minute, Sierra, you've told me I can never, ever, ever use a selfie in my book promo material, on my author page, And all of that is still true, because when selfies look like selfies, they're automatically flagging us as unprofessional. When you can tell that your arm is in the picture, and like the way that we've learned how to take selfies and the way that Bonnie teaches how to do this are distinct. Because I think, Bonnie, you'll probably agree with me, a selfie that looks like a selfie is still a huge red flag, and it says not professional, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that distinction between how do we do this so that it ends up looking like a studio shot, and how is it very, very clearly you in your backyard at a barbecue, like, and not that same caliber.
Exactly. And that's the skill set that everyone learns in that 1 hour workshop, is how to take a selfie styled photo, but have it look like a professional headshot portrait. And the differences between, posing for, that backyard barbecue picture versus posing for your business and presenting your brand and who you are as an author. And so that skill set is so valuable. And that is, I think that has been one of the biggest feedbacks I've received from these workshops, is that people love the picture, but beyond that, they're always so thankful for, hey, Bonnie, now I know how to pose. Now I know how to use lighting without having expensive equipment. I don't need a ring light. I don't need fancy stuff. I can just use a window. There's all these different tricks and things to use that will give you a flattering but professional presentation.
I love that. So I'm going to put a little asterisk at the end of my no selfies that look like selfies. But I think, and the reason I invited Bonnie into this community today is because with this workshop, you could have your whole year's selfies done, right? Once you know how to do it, it's a skill set that you can apply whenever, that your headshots can continuously be updated, stay professional, stay current, and not with many zeros at the end that 4 or more studio sessions would cost. So Bonnie, is there anything that you want to leave us with, or to wrap us all together?
I think I would just love to leave a quick tip, and I'll go back to that sort of like window part there, is that if you were to take a picture right now today, you could stand facing a window. And a window is going to provide you nice, even light. You want to choose the time of day when maybe the sun is not beaming directly in. If it's a cloudy day, perfect. That's exactly what you want. If it's a sunny day, wait until around noon when the sun is directly over your house or apartment, so that the sunlight isn't beaming directly in, or else it'll be too bright. But just stand facing a window and it's nice, even light, and you don't need any fancy equipment.
Amazing. The sun.
Yeah.
Best equipment available to us all. Thank you. I love it. So if you have not updated your headshot recently, and you know that you have events coming up, a book coming out, you want to just be current on all of your platforms, take a look at the links listed here below, learn more about Bonnie's workshops, and the rest is all ease and beauty. So thank you so much, Bonnie, for connecting and sharing this with us. I think it's just so helpful to know an alternative to the high-end studio options when your business and your whole vibe is ready for it. Go for it. But know that between now and then that there are certainly really excellent options available for you. Talk to you next week. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Thanks.